Hello, everyone. It's game time. Time for video games. Here on a Wednesday. Hi, everyone. I hope you're doing well. I spent the morning going out to the P.O. box to give them hundreds of dollars, now that I think about it, in order for me to continue to have a P.O. box for another 12 months. I was like, wait a minute. It just now that I have the receipt here. I was in the middle of just thinking about so much stuff that at the time I didn't even really think about. Man. Yep. All right. I mean, I guess that's for 12 months of people, being able to send me stuff. I guess that makes sense. $360 a year for a P.O. box. Seems like a lot of money. That seems like too much money. That seems like too much money. Do I get charged per package? I don't. No. I don't. That's stupid. Is there a size limit on packages? No, I don't believe so. I've gotten people send a lot of cases of beverages to that address. And thanks to everyone who has sent anything. And thanks to anyone who hasn't sent anything. Thanks to everyone. Thanks to everyone over at patreon.com/Jeff Gerstmann for keeping the engine rolling. Can I write it off as a business expense? Yes, but at some point, all of it is the same money. It's when you write something off as a business expense and the business pays for it, that's still money that there's a thing as a pass-through entity. When you're registering an S corp and it is the taxes are different because you're not paying payroll taxes on it. And I need to email my accountant and say, hey, you said you were going to send me my taxes so I could sign them. And I haven't done. All right. Look, we filed an extension. It's fine. But yes, I am a corporation, or rather, the corporation is me. I don't know. Anyway, video games. We talked about this on the podcast, and I thought it would be a good time to take a look at it and kind of just show people what the fuck I'm talking about when it comes to the First Descendant. And show you a little some of that, because there's things about it. Again, as a person who played Phantasy Star Online 2 New Genesis, they made a new Genesis. Sega made a new Genesis. And as someone who's played a handful of free to play games, but PSO2 is probably the one that got me the deepest, if I had to think about it. There's aspects of the monetization in that game that is gross, and then there's aspects of the monetization in this game that are gross in a similar way. Though the First Descendant, I think a lot of its monetization, a lot of the ideas where they came up with how they're going to charge people for stuff, they went the Warframe route. And they have built a lot of their grinds around similar things as Warframe. Will you get the free pizza? I think drops are enabled on this Twitch station. So I think you will be able to earn a pizza chest. You'll be able to see it because I earned a pizza chest. And yeah, I don't know. Be sure to juice up your account and wire it up to whatever that. Okay, there's a video game over here. Here, let's go over to the video game destination and get a look at this thing and see if it runs smoothly. Okay, because I've got this fucker cranked all the way up. And I think there are aspects of it, like it looks nice. Yeah, so I'm not an LLC. I'm an Inc. I'm a straight up Inc. Not to get too deep into it, but enjoy a variety of content of the First Descendant. Okay, let's be this lady instead of this lady. Oh, I have to go up here and hit use. We were going to use this lady. She's level 28. And I think the thing I started researching last night is complete, so I think we'll have a new gun. There is a completed research, it says. Oh, it's kind of doing the thing. I wonder if it's because OBS is running or if it's just like loading in, but it's kind of doing the frame drop thing that the console versions do where like the world turns normally, but she runs all fucking weird. Let's check out the color space over here real quick. And there you go. See, that looks drab to me. I like it. I like things that are oversaturated. I think maybe I should just start turning everything up all the time. But yeah, if you see if you see the animation getting weird, you know, this is the social space, so it doesn't matter really. But like the console version is like that all the time. And this is not normally like that for me. You know what? I did turn on. What the fuck do I have to do? 9 fucking menus. No, it's not either of these. I need to hit escape and go to options if I want to change stuff. Let's lock the frame rate down at well, I mean, we'll lock it to 60 because that's what we're streaming at, and that's just, like, sensible. No, it's still going to do this, but whatever. Anyway, let's go get whatever the fuck it was.
Magisters are probably humanity's real hope, don't you think?
I've researched the Thunder Cage. This took 4 hours to research. It's a gun. Don't forget about weapon level transmission. I think that's their way of saying, by the way, when you create a gun, it's level 1 because we want to make sure that it's a pain in the ass. Yep, it sure is. You assholes. You fucking absolute ass. So, this game is, let's get to it here. There are things about this game I kind of like. The part where you're playing it, it's mindless. It's absolutely mindless. But it's stylish in its own way, and all that sort of stuff. But I mentioned Warframe earlier. If you're familiar with Warframe, you can craft characters and you can craft guns, and all sorts of stuff. But it's not, you don't just craft one thing. You have to craft like the things to then craft the thing. And so it's like 3 layers of crafting deep. 5 generations deep of gangsterdom to get what you want. Or you can just go spend money on any of these characters at any point. We could go buy Ultimate Descendant, Ultimate Bundle, 5,000 currency coins, which, as I said on the podcast, that's $100. That's a hot $100 for that. That's $100 right there. $100. Okay. But if you want to craft a thing, you can talk to this lady and she will demean you, which, you know, the kids love. Right now I have quests that make it look like I'm going to eventually craft this lady. And so in order to craft her, I need 400,000 gold, which is gold drops off of stuff. You see, I have over 1 million right now. And but I also need these 4 items. If I have these 4 items and 400,000 golds and 16 hours, I can make this lady who loves poison. But in order to get these items, let's look at Freyna Enhanced Cells acquisition info. So it looks like these things will drop. And so if it tells you which quests you can go to in order to get these items. And so this lady, I believe, is the next one on the like main story path. Like you craft this lady as part of the questing. But some of these other ones, Enzo here, for example, this item is something that drops. So I need to get it. I need to do something to get a drop. But these things, the other 3 items for this guy, require even more items. So in order to craft this one item, I need this amount of money, and I need 8 hours, and I need 500 monomolecular extractors, and then I can go hit this button and figure out where those drop. Or I need to go here and get a bunch of flectorite, of which I have 0 currently. And so each one of the, you know, and so that's just one of the parts. And so for this one, it's these parts. And this one requires a stabilizer blueprint, which that drops. But these other things are, you don't need one of those, but you need, and so it's, and the guns are the exact same way. Where each gun is going to be like, hey, you're going to need these items, and they drop here. These items at least seem to just drop from things, as opposed to, well, maybe that might not be every gun, though. Yeah, this one requires super fluid. And so, or you can just spend money to unlock the characters, or you don't have to. I mean, you know, whatever. Or you just don't do any of that ever and just hope for the best, I guess. But, so here's the thing they did. The other thing they did. No loot boxes, though? Oh, well, so maybe not loot boxes, but what about weird amorphous material patterns that you could decode theoretically into multiple items? And it has a 38% chance to be the final masterpiece nanotube blueprint, but only a 3% chance to be the perforator polymer synctium blueprint. Unless you go and get a shape stabilizer form 2, which I believe lets you choose what it is. But then you have to get a shape stabilizer form 2, I think we need to go back over to this lady and research one.
Now what do you want? Go on, I'm waiting.
Is that enhancement material? Or is it... I don't know. So, the thing they just did, I just crafted my very first gun. And it dropped at level 1. It dropped at level fucking 1. Now, there is a way to level up your guns. You could feed guns to other guns to level them up. Weapon level transmission. So what we want to do is we want to take our level 1 gun here. We're going to register that, and then we're going to feed this level 22 rocket launcher that I'm not going to use to it. And that will turn it into that. But we need to have precision phase exchangers in order to do that. Luckily, I have a couple of those. Otherwise, we would need 250 liquid metal and 50,000 gold dollars in order to research a precision phase exchanger. It makes perfect sense, right? Let's transmit the weapon level. And so because this is a gun that I am like crafting and building, it is in my best interest to feed guns to it because it's an ultimate weapon. Now let's go look at the guns and see if we want to even equip this thing. 6,024 for an SMG. The pistol's good. The SMGs are usually fine, so let's equip that here. And then we'll take these and we'll junk them. So that's how you get a lot of the low-level crafting materials, is from junking this shit. Or sometimes they just drop in the field, I think. I don't even know. What did we get? We got some super alloy and some liquid metal. Great. Great. And so that, yeah, that some of this is like Warframe. Warframe, if you wanted to craft a new character, a new frame, it would have those levels of like, well, first you need one of these, and if you don't have one of those, you can craft one of those, and so they would have a similar setup of how you do that stuff in Warframe. Not identical, but fairly similar. If you want to grind out these characters instead of just purchasing them, so clearly. They're like, hey, you should purchase these. That seems to be the message being sent here. All right. Now what? We've leveled up the gun. I have some quests. Let's go upstairs. And let me think for a second about what the hell. Oh, we can talk to the robot. I think because I did something for the first time here, this robot is like, "Hey, you did it." Oh, he would have given me a quest to level up the gun. I wonder if he would have given me some free phase exchangers or not. Oh well. I have this back plate that looks like an X-ray thing. That was also a Twitch drop. And again, you know, the game doesn't normally run like this when I'm not streaming. In fact, it's okay there. It's kind of smoothing out there. But it's, hey, I don't know. It's chunking up. It's kind of weird. Hopefully, we'll gain enough. I think we will during this stream. Hopefully, we will gain a mastery rank level, so that you can see the hands do the hand thing. There's like silly style in this game that I like. And I wish it wasn't layer upon layer of fucking horse shit. Okay, we'll push up on the D-pad. We need, well, let's look at our quests. How do I do that? Go to quests. What is this? Perform weapon dismantling 1 time. Yeah, okay, yeah, that'll eventually happen. I'm not worried about that. Destroy the void fragment located at Rockfall in Sterile Land. Okay, I think we'll need to switch to the electric lady to do that, but we're not going to do that right now. Let's go do our main quest, which is go to Vespers. Go to the lumberyard outpost in Vespers. Here we go. I have not had much in the way of hitching issues or other stuff. Well, you know, that's not entirely true. I have had, there was one zone earlier where it would get really stuttery. We've got a few things to do when I would look around. It seems like it's maybe poorly optimized or something like that, but like so one of the zones just runs weird. This, who is that? Okay, no, this is a real lady. I thought, I wasn't sure if this was the lady who lived in my head or not until I got close enough. Initiate the joint Vespers operation.
We've received operation details. The Ironheart pulse has supposedly been detected in this area, but it's impossible to triangulate since it's dispersed in several directions.
We were deployed here to find one thing, and now we also have to find the Ironheart. We'll have to look under every rock.
Also, they don't lip sync. I assumed that the
Freyna
lip
and I
syncing
were
was
sent here to
recorded in
look for a
a
group of
different
Vulcans
language.
who have stolen Arcade serum from Jaber and some other descendants. Freyna, Sharon, even I've already had my
She's
Arcade
actually
serum
kind of
stolen by
close.
them once. Things
I feel
will
like the
only
lip
get
syncing
worse
has
if we
been
let them take any more of
miserable,
it.
or rather
Those
bad to the point where you're like, oh, that
They
like
satisfy
clearly this
their
is.
own desires by taking everything we humans have. They have to be stopped.
If the Ironheart is underground, then it makes sense that we're detecting the
I don't know
pulse
why that
in
other
multiple
lady just started
locations.
talking.
Not only is 55% of the surface of Vespers composed of slick inside, but this zone has
Slick
a high
inside.
distribution of strange-looking rocks.
What's up? We're Slick Inside
Also
from
one of the
Riverside.
few
We're here to
zones
fucking rip
where
it
there
up.
are ancestors' ruins on
One,
the
two.
surface, and most of the ancestors' ruins are built out of slick inside. That's why it's difficult to pinpoint the exact point of origin of the pulses. The characteristics of
You're
slick
understanding
inside
all this, right?
make it easier for pulses to pass through it.
Uh-huh.
Which means there's a higher probability of pulses being detected simultaneously from multiple directions.
She should get new glasses that
When
fit
I analyze
better.
the strata, there are spaces that feel empty to me. They are most likely where the ancestors' ruins can be found. All entrances to these spaces emit pulses of similar intensity. However, you will need to confirm in person whether these places are the correct paths to lead us to the Ironheart.
In that case,
The Ironheart looks
we need
like
to
a
check
Destiny
all the places
ghost.
detected by the guide. There's no way the Vulgus
And
didn't
the
prepare for
lady
this.
that lives in my head came out of it when I
Let's
touched
spread out
the,
and find
when I
the
touched
entrance that leads underground.
the Ironheart.
That'll split the enemy's attention, so it's a good
A
tactical
lady
approach as well.
came out of it.
Freyna, I understand there are specialized drones that Albion has created to find the Ironheart.
That's correct.
Here, this is the lady that lives in my head.
That
Only
is
I can see her.
excellent news.
And by I
Let's
mean
begin our search for
every
the
character in the
Ironheart
video
in
game
earnest.
except for 2 characters. And those 2 characters are like bitter about it, which is like kind of a funny. Everyone's like, "Oh, I guess you're gonna go play with your like the 2 characters. Like one of them's a super dick, and he's like, I guess you're gonna go play with your fucking imaginary friend now, huh?" Ah. And he's a actual piece. He's a real piece of shit. And then this is the lady that I think I'm gonna build next. I think yeah. If you see over there in my sub quests, if I were to go destroy the rock fragment located at Rockfall, I would get another piece to build this lady. Okay, so far the game has been identical in structure insofar as you get to an area, you talk to someone, 3 quests pop up, you do them, and then another area pops up with 3 more quests. Before we do anything weird, let me just make sure that I'd have voice chat turned off. I want to make sure I'm not like open micing into people. Okay. Mic off. Mic off! Okay, estimated playtime 5 minutes or less. Great.
This is Enzo. I have set coordinates for the scan drone. However, Volgus forces have been spotted in the area.
If someone is here already doing this quest, hitting that button will just make them join you. You will join them. So sometimes you'll join them as they're finishing the quest and then not have to do the quest, which is, I'll be honest with you, fantastic.
These ones may not pose much of a challenge, but another force is inbound. Prepare yourself.
I have abilities, each of the characters. So the reason why you might craft a different lady is because they all have different abilities. This is the ice lady. And so I can shoot ice like that. I can throw a blizzard down like that.
Guard stationed at the entrance. Even the Vulgus know that.
And it, you know, it killed everybody, so that's cool. All right, we shot all those guys. Now we need to go over here, and I'm pretty sure we go over here and shoot these guys. We have a melee attack that'll, you know, you can punch them. Kind of reminds me of Outriders. Like I said on the podcast, like there are parts of this that remind me of Outriders. There are bits and pieces of it that remind me of Defiance, of all things. Mostly the part where a lot of the game is empty. Where it's like, oh, this is an area that looks to be like it's meant to be lived in by a lot of characters, but oh, there's no one here. Like the early parts of this game feel extremely empty, like everyone has moved on. I'll step inside this guy's shield and kill him, I guess. This is the... Okay, let's... Here. Oh, jeez. Hey, look at that. I'm getting shot a bunch. That's neat. The game has not been very difficult.
High-level enemy has been detected. Prepare for engagement.
Turn the game down a little bit. Yeah, it is probably a little bit loud for folks. That way I don't have to yell over it also. Oh, that's right. Yes. So yes, it's you. I saw you saying that you worked on Defiance, Harris. That's amazing. I played way more of that game than anyone should have. And I'm sure that, you know, there are a lot of players that played way more than I did. Yes. Support requests asking for the promotional Dodge Charger is really good. My copy of that for Xbox 360, the first one, the first version of it that came out before they like re-released it as a free-to-play thing, it got all sticky. The case got covered. I forget. You ever buy weird magnetic? It was like magnetic Play-Doh, and I don't know where the fuck it came from. Someone might have sent it with a game or something, and for some reason I decided that I was going to lay all this magnetic Play-Doh out onto the case for Defiance, and it was never the same. It was sticky forever. But the thing I'm finding is like when you're not doing anything, there's nothing to do, if that makes any sense. Like I finished that mission, all the enemies that I was fighting disappear. No one spawns here on a timer. It's not like if I stand here long enough, there will be more enemies to fight. You will occasionally come across like a patrol of like 3 guys. But it's just this empty zone. And that, now that I'm like talking through it, that's what reminds me of Defiance. Like Defiance felt like there were just huge stretches of nothing. And you were driving, so, you know, it was less of a big deal. How big are the zones? They're not big. So this is the size of the zone. And then it's a sub-zone, so, you know, eventually we'll unlock this door and we go over to here to this one. But there are load screens between these areas. Like, here's one other character over here. Here's one other player just standing there. A thing that people seem to be doing is because it's very easy to join someone else when they're doing a mission. And so people will, like, join your mission and then just stand there because they're just farming XP. And so I always kite a bunch of enemies over to them. What is this? What? Can I lay down here? What do we... Hello? Does this do anything, or is this... Okay, you're just here, huh?
Hey there, Descendant. I'm Catherine Hill, a biotechnology researcher.
And so these missions, you know, you go to these zones and do these 3 missions, and they're just the most empty fucking things in the world.
I'm looking for samples from Order of Truth units. The good thing...
She's looking for samples. Like, these missions that you're doing are on the level of, like, a Destiny patrol.
So it makes it easy to track.
You know, it's not like some big multi-part, like, I've got to go over here and do this. And it's like, hey, in this one, I've got to pick up these items
I need you to help me
while fighting guys. So that's...
Although it pains me to say this as a
Also, it's
bioengineer,
like much like the
we need
PlayStation 2
more
game
ethics
Black.
around how you collect samples from the world.
There are exploding gas
Basically,
tanks
eliminate
everywhere.
them first, then collect the samples. Simple, right?
This is new, I'll say. I've not seen this before. And before, just that other guy before was the guy with the shield, where I just have to kind of walk in the shield and shoot him. It's not a very effective shield, dude. Oh, I tried to pick up the thing, but instead I jumped.
I'm loading.
We'll run around and pick up all this shit because some of it will be health. Oh, okay. I gotta. Oh, these are. This is carry the item back to the weird box mission, not just to pick them up. I guess I shouldn't be surprised at at this hour of the day that there's not people jumping into this mission. Normally, I feel like if you're on a mission for longer than a minute or two, someone joins it. It's cross-platform, so like it feels like, for as empty as the areas can seem, it always feels like there's just enough people around for you to get a little bit of help. This ultimate weapon I'm using doesn't seem like it matters. It just feels like every other submachine gun I've equipped so far. It doesn't feel like it's proccing and doing anything sick. Maybe that's what that big explosion was, though. I don't know. We've got to get these items delivered, or else I'm going to sit here forever and shoot shit. Let's use this. Okay, there's that. A lot like Warframe, you see that mission attempts available. Like, I can die 5 times before it'll fail the mission. Warframe has a similar... I believe has a similar limit. That's not just Warframe. I think I only need one more. Great. And now they all despawn. Well, maybe not that one. And maybe not that one. But, typically... And I can go in here and I can look at a results screen and go, oh, look at that. What did we gain? A lot of meters go up. You get proficiency with your guns. You get proficiency with your character. You get a mastery rank that slowly goes up. I'm getting shot by something. And now we'll go do the third mission in the area. Every area has precisely 3 missions, as far as I can tell, of the, like, kind of main chain. There's, like, this thing, which is, like, there's a bunch of dudes standing here, and they respawn, and you can go kill them. And that's it in this zone. Maybe other stuff will appear, but that's all there is in this zone. These 3 missions. Oh, this one says join. That means someone else is already doing it, and they're done. Or they're finishing. Oh no, this is like a defend a thing. Oh, we have to walk with a thing and defend it. Okay.
I'm loading.
I accidentally gained a bunch of levels last night doing it's one of those, like, wave-based missions that a lot of these games have, where every couple of levels it gives you the opportunity to quit. It's like, quit now and get these rewards, or you can stick it out. And I was with a bunch of higher level players, I mean, and by a bunch I mean 2, because it was a 4-player endeavor. And so I just kind of was able to do my best to survive. Past, like, wave 5, I was not doing very much damage, but they dragged me through the rest of it, and I gained, like, fucking 9 levels and 2 mastery. Like, it was just, like, it was silly how much XP I got off that compared to what the rest of the game has been like. Everything dies so fast. I feel like everything dies so fast that by the time I get within range to use my ice powers, everything's already dead. Especially when you're playing with other players, because you're all just shooting. I'm gonna run and go get that shit. Never know, I may want to level up a gun someday.
Damn it. The enemy has detected the waves being emitted from the drone. You must protect it so we don't lose the data.
But I don't know, like, you know, I kind of like that about it because ultimately, like, you feel powerful. Or rather, you feel like you are fucking laying waste to 90% of the things you come across. Like, you are just fucking mowing them down. And sometimes that's a good feeling.
I'm loading.
Oftentimes, these spawns will be kind of foreshadowed by something appearing in the sky above where they will appear. Oh, you have a grappling hook also. It's cool. I'll use it in a sec. The grappling hook actually it is actually kind of cool.
Data acquisition at 100%. Connection to the drone has been severed. Reanalyzing the collected data.
This is Glay. I've found something. Meet me at the ruins outpost.
I'm gonna go do this. No, not that thing. Where'd it go? Is that it? No. Oh, but that does work for me. Chill, destructible only by skill. So I'm gonna run over there and do that. What do I... Can I mark this? No? There. Am I going the right way? Okay, no, this is what I was looking for. Right, it was showing me a map of the new area. There's your problem. Let's fast travel here. And then we're going this way? Is there already someone here waiting for the respawn? That will work just fine. Yeah. So enemies like just spawn here, and then when you kill them all, they respawn 5 minutes after that, and then you can do it again if you want. But like basically, and then I have a 0.4% chance of getting Shape Stabilizer Form 3 if we do that. I might get Tingling Mixture Reactor. You never know. I guess we have time to look at inventory here. This is your shield kind of equivalent. None of these are as high level as the things that I have. But, well, I guess it's not necessarily... It's a reactor. So it affects your melee attack power and also your skill powers. None of these are as good as what I currently have. So we'll just turn it all to shit. Is this going to be better than... Well, it's higher level. That means it's got to be better, right? That's junk. That's junk. Let's see. Is this better than this? Probably not. That's junk. What's the timer at? All right. And then we can go in here and look at the guns we have picked up. And see if we like any of these better than the ones that we have. A red-eye tactical rifle, level 22. Young Noble's Ambition. Oh, here we go. Here's a level 21 gangster that will use to replace our level 17 gangster. And then the rest of these look like garbage, so we'll just... Seven seconds. All right, well, that thing got done. And I got some... Well, let's see. What items did we get here? I got another shotgun. I got a gun. I got one of those. I got one of those. Electric gun barrel. And I got some inorganic biogel. Sick. All right, well, cool. I'm not going to wait for another spawn of that like that guy is, but... I've seen people just farming those spots in some of the zones, and I guess they're waiting for a specific drop. There's one layer deeper to this UI. If you thought the UI was cool before, let me introduce you to this screen. So all of these guns, much like Warframe, you can equip these kind of cards. They're called modules, I guess. And they will, you have a module capacity and all this other stuff. You can tell it to just do it for you. Much like Warframe, you can also just tell it to do it for you. So let's just hit equip recommended. And hope for the best. One nice thing is that if you equip a higher level version, like the modules stick to the guns. So if I equip a gangster... It's always going to have the same modules that I put on my last gangster. Oh, I guess I could just fast travel to this place, huh? But I got to kill those guys. And that's fun. For me. Nope, not that fun though. Yeah. Let's... Yeah, you have to take care of your gangster and equip it appropriately. This stutteriness, this is what the desert zone did also. So this is good. It's good that it's doing this. It doesn't seem like it always does this, but it sure does do this sometimes. So yes, now that I think about it, it does occasionally do this, and I'm sure that's why people are complaining about performance stuff, because sometimes it does this, and it's fun, right? I need to talk to... where's the lady? What? Wait, oh, here. Let's talk to Glasses Lady again.
How can I help?
You can help by making this... I got the fucking DTs bad, lady.
This place has been mentioned in
There,
records
problem solved.
throughout history. And as the name suggests, these are the ruins. Turns out this is where the greatest recorded number of ancestors gathered. Investigation by the excavation team and analysis by the magisters uncovered records mentioning the breakout of civil war.
Okay.
The ruins are evidence. Remnants of this war.
Yep.
We don't yet know why the civil war happened.
Uh-huh.
Albion collapsed as a result of the war, and this is the only surviving record.
Given the Ironheart is here, that may have been a factor behind the outbreak of any civil war. Past or present, the Ironheart definitely has the capability to turn the fate of Ingress upside down. That hasn't changed. There were bound to be conflicts.
This is the first I've heard of this civil war. Frena's theory is quite interesting. The Ironheart in Ingress. It could be powerful and dangerous enough to turn the fate of everything in existence upside down.
Glay, I know you're a medical doctor. Do you have doctorates in history and geology as well?
I just wanted to be able to explain anything my daughter was curious about. To be the person who could answer any questions she asked.
Sounds like you'll have a lot to talk about once she returns. You must have experienced and learned countless things during the time she's been away.
I have so much to tell her, we'll probably stay up all night. Anyway, we should hurry. Guide, can you do an in-depth analysis of the ruins, please? There must be an entrance somewhere.
Enzo here. I've been able to expand my range to the vicinity of the ruins thanks to the data
All right,
acquired
we've
by
made it to the
drone
next
and the
sub
guide.
area, and 3 more
Transmitting
quests
surface
have
analysis
spawned.
Information and intel on potential entrances to Aceives.
That's not far from my current position.
Okay, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna get out of this zone
That's
and
where
see
the bastards from the Order of
if
Truth
reloading
settled.
fixes it,
I'm the only
or
one who can withstand the toxins they
perhaps
use.
not.
I'll leave it to you then.
HQ will continue to monitor the situation. Should anything happen to Freyna, please report immediately.
Let's go back here. So the game has bosses. You'll find like just big dudes in some of the like. So when you get to kind of the end of each one of these zones, there is a mission that involves you running through a cave for a while and then fighting a guy. That's what they've kind of been so far. Just a series of different caves. That guy bought a dinosaur outfit. And also bought a guy, probably. Okay, we have some other weapons. No. Okay, so the weapon list. Oh, also there are modules for you, the character, to think about. And also I can go level up those individual modules and combine them, I guess, at some point too. I don't know. It's so much of that shit, dude. It is so much like, whether it's phone game or, you know, like whatever, you know, it's not just phone games, but like whatever level of like free to play hell, like whatever you want to call that, whatever like verbiage you want to assign to that, whether it's like a phone game or it's like Genshin Impact, a game that is also on phones, I suppose. Because you can, you know, I can go into this customized menu and there's like skins on, there are skins for the fucking grappling hook, apparently. Like Destiny, you equipable, you know, when you spawn, you can have different spawn systems. There's a bunch of emotes. There's like skins for the guns. I don't think I've gotten any of those yet. In fact, it seems like most of the guns don't have skins yet, maybe? I don't know. And then you can get a skin for your Aceive. I'm not sure what an Aceive is. I don't have any skins for it, and it just zooms in on her head. Is there supposed to be something up here? Who the fuck knows? And then skins for the ladies. Both in in an individual capacity here. We could put, we could put the fucking bear on here. I'm just not going to put anything on there. I'm going to leave the pizza up front. We could buy makeup. classic maid uniform. And then some items can be painted. Paint is a one-time use item. I'm not sure if you can buy paint or what the paint I've gotten so far has been off the battle pass. By the way, there's also a battle pass. What if I could fucking, you know? What if I could play these fucking drums, man? What if I could make a drum spawn? You know? You know? I'm level 6 now. I'll probably hit level 8. What if I could play the drums? Oh, here we go. There's a grappling hook skin on the... Does it just make the hook look different? Because it's so small that, like... I mean, if it makes the beam look different, then that's at least something, but I... Oh, man. Anyway. Here's another thing that's perhaps a little Phantasy Star Online-esque. I think that, again, there's stuff in this game that is kind of neat. And that is these Void Intercept battles, which I haven't unlocked most of them. And from the looks of it, there are multiple versions of the same thing on here. Let's do this one. Because I actually have stuff. I have some amorphous material that I would like to shape. And so... we're going to go fight Stunning Beauty. What? You... These boss enemies will have, like, parts that you can blow off of them if you shoot them enough. Or, like, if you shoot them enough, you can then grapple up and, you know, like, pull them off. And I've done that once, and I've never seen another player ever attempt it, which makes me think that it, you know, just, like, is not worth doing. This is a big lady. So we're gonna fight this big lady. Oh, there. It's glowing. If I can get up there. Ugh. So the window to actually grapple up there is really short. So, like, that's... because I need to be close enough, and she needs to be in a weakened state. Or needs to, like, the part needs to be glowing. I think it just blew up. I think we blew the part up, so I don't need to... But you can, like, go up there and basically, in a brief Shadow of the Colossus Monster Hunter kind of thing, you can try to yank the part off. There. Creebling. This game can't be all bad. You can creeble. Shoot this lady in her ass. Ice up the ass. What do you think about that? Oh, we're out of bullets for that gun. Oh, This is kind of an interesting idea, where if she sees you, with her giant weird eye. It's bad. Ah! It's like iRobot or something. The video game, not the movie. Ah! No, someone else died. Man, okay, I need to fucking wait for my shield to recover here before I... Ah! Oh, okay, she's done with that phase. Oh, hi. So that's that. A ring of guns pop out of them. And then this thing, which we can use with these things I collected elsewhere in the game. I can now turn them into these items. If I had a shape stabilizer, I think we would be able to choose. But unfortunately, we don't. And so basically I have to go do this boss fight 4 times so that I can turn all of this material into things. It doesn't matter. You know, I'll do them all eventually, I guess, right? Or not. Let's do this one. What did we get? I think I already have one of those. Great. This is one of the parts to make this lady that I think is a water lady. And we're done. So that's that. That's that whole thing. And so we can grind that boss fight over and over again to, you know, turn all my goods into goods. But I could wait until I have a shape stabilizer, and then I could guarantee that I get the items I want, right? But the shape stabilizers are apparently very hard to come by. I think. Maybe. I don't know. Is this a better item? No. 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 And no. No. So we'll turn that into more shit. This is part of a set. Defense 362. That's a much higher number than 36. All right, we'll equip this too. Now we have 2 pieces of the same set equipped, so we get skill critical hit rate up. How do you like how that shit works? All right, that's junk. That's junk. And the rest of this stuff, this is all old stuff from another set that for some reason I decided to hang on to because I'm a dumbass. And I believe we got a bunch of guns. Are any of them worth a shit? Assassin's Edge. We already have an Assassin's Edge equipped, but these are worse. So that's good. Nope, this is all trash. Which, the boss fights are set at a certain level, so if you're beyond that level, then... why does the player character move at 24 frames per second? That's the question of the hour, I guess. Because I'm streaming. It does not do this when I am not also trying to do other stuff. Unless you're playing on console, I found in my brief experience with the PlayStation 5 and Xbox versions of the game that it does this full time, and the image quality is worse. overall. And those don't seem like awesome versions of the game. Yeah, I don't know. They cut down the animation of the main character to try to save on some resources. I don't know why. I don't know why the fuck they do it. I don't know why the fuck they do it. Yeah, should I get a separate streaming computer? I mean, the answer is probably yes, but like, but I like running at higher resolutions and 1440 and all that stuff. And well, I guess the capture card I have would handle all that. I have enough gear here to actually do that. I have a third computer that I am not actually using for anything, that I could put a capture card into and run it all through. But I don't know. Maybe it's just a dumb thing, but I like DisplayPort, and I would have to use HDMI if that's a dumb. Also, I have 3 monitors on this machine. And I guess I would only run the main one through. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah. I don't want to have to. Yeah. I don't know. It seems like there would be a couple of additional compromises that would come with doing that. You must now create a precision phase exchanger. I'll provide materials for phase exchanger research for you. Okay, he has given me the things I need to make a phase exchanger, which I think is just... What is that over there? It's like a weird thing on top of this building.
Humanity is very weak. That's why humans...
I need to make a phase exchanger? Is that what is that enhancement material? Okay, yeah. Is that, or no, we're making a precision... What am I making? God damn it. No. Quests. Quests. Subquests. Complete the training at the work... Okay. You can... Okay, so I'm making a precision phase exchanger.
Now what do you want? Go on, I'm waiting.
This will only take 10 minutes. So, how's everybody doing? This can be accelerated. I could pay 3 caliber, which is the premium currency, to speed this up. Yep. Also, if you do go down the grind route and craft your characters, you will find, and you would have to, the number of hours you would have to fucking do this is stupid. But, you will find that you have a limited number of slots for characters, and you can purchase additional slots. When you buy characters, it comes with an additional slot. So there's that at least. But I could buy more slots than there are characters in the game. They'll allow me to do that, which I think is nice of them.
Are you ready to be shocked?
Okay, destroy the void fragment located at Rockfall is what we needed this other character for. What am I doing? I just said it, and I'm like, what the fuck? Rockfall. Okay, let's go look at our quests and see where the fuck that is. Rockfall in the sterile land. Okay. That I can do. Why does this scroll so slowly? There it is. Okay, so we're going there. But we have to go here. This lady uses electricity. And her attacks, her electricity attacks seem to... Oh, this is... Okay, good. I'm glad that this is running good. I'm just going to fucking do this. And it's going to be a stuttery mess. And we're all going to have a great time. Just pretend you're watching like a low-budget 90s movie where they're using this like stuttery effect to make it seem like the main character is on drugs. It's the power of the Unreal Engine. I wonder if I turned off frame generation, if that would have an impact on this. I'm just curious now. I wonder if I can even do that without causing other... Like if it's gonna... Ah. I've yet to run into a game where frame generation seemed like the way to go. I was running it in this for a little bit, thinking like, oh, I don't know, Unreal Engine. If any engine's gonna work in, maybe it'll be that. And I have not, like I said, I have not experienced any major issues when I'm not streaming. Oh, right. This is okay. Yeah. Oh, this thing needs to respawn. Is that the problem here? Yeah. Wait, am I not in this? All right, now I'm in it. By killing an enemy, I have joined this quest. Characters have separate levels because of course they do. I should not have used that ability there. It's fine. Abilities are governed by a little bit more than just cooldown. It is also, you have basically like an MP meter, and you see it empty there, filling up down at the bottom, I believe. So now I need to run over here. These are all elementally... Okay. Yay. Use the Void Shards to activate the Void Fusion Reactor. Defeat the commander at the Void Fusion Reactor in Rockfall. Okay. I'm guessing that's what that other character... Well, I don't know. What? Hey, there's another one of these guys. What the fuck are those doing? So I think you get currency by doing that one. You get these void shards, and then you go over here to spend the void shards to do this different mission. Monster level 10. Okay, well, I'm higher than that, so let's do that. Oh, okay. It just spits out a guy. It's a guy machine. A dead guy machine. This guy didn't come from the machine. I find that to be a little rude, to be honest. We did it. Acquire Freyna code from reconstructed device. Oh, okay. It spawns one of these. We've got 2 of these. This is an amorphous material that has no connected shape stabilizer. So this is one of the 4 items we will need to create this lady. Now obtain the remaining materials, it says. Oh, y'all get fucking right on it. I need 300 fucking rocks. Acquire Freyna stabilizer. Acquire Freyna spiral catalyst. Acquire Freyna enhanced cells. Man. You get a little bit of like you get to swing around and move when you're doing the grappling, which is kind of fun. Like I can I can grapple and then swing around it to the left and then kind of boost off of it, and like that it feels okay. You know, it's not the greatest grappling hook in gaming, but it's nice enough. I don't know why I'm running around. There's nothing to do here. I did all the things here. There's like nothing. Oh, I guess I could do this in a few minutes. These guys are running up here to do this. When these people respawn, I can shoot them all. I guess. But how many minutes away? That's 2.5 minutes. Who has that kind of time? Let's... I wonder if that thing I needed to craft is done crafting. Has it been 10 minutes yet? Let's go back here. I don't know. Is this game a good time? So that's like... I had 2 separate conundrums around this game. One was before I played it. And one is now after I've played it. Before I played it, I was like, man... I know that this game is going to be full of a bunch of fucking time sinks and grinds and everything else. I know it's going to be a mess of free to play. Like the Nexon name is right there. And I know it's going to be a bunch of fucking stuff that is going to bum me out. And so I had it installed for like 4 or 5 days, and I just couldn't push the play button. Like I would get to a point where like, oh, I got a few hours here. And then I was like, no, dude, fuck no. No, I don't want to fucking no. Like I don't need another one of these fucking games in my life. Like I don't need this shit. I should go finish the Destiny campaign or something if I want to play a game adjacent to this kind of concept or whatever, right? Like what the fuck am I, you know, why? And so then finally I was like, well, the podcast is coming up and I should play it so I can talk about it and whatever else. And so I finally played, I don't know, 4 hours, 5 hours, whatever. And then the other end of it happened. It was the end of like, man, there's like stuff in this game that is totally all right. There are aspects of this game that I look at and go like, oh, that's actually kind of cool. There's like stylistic things that are fun. The story is fucking ridiculous. It's nonsense. But like there are aspects of it where you're like, oh, the numbers are kind of going up. I'm doing my thing, and you know, like I'm leveling up, and like the abilities are fun to use. Like it at its best, and this is like very faint praise, I guess I would say. At its best, this game is a suitable replacement for Outriders. which was another game that I was like, this game is fine. It is a 7 out of 10 in the like negative sense of just like, yeah, dude, you could play it. You'll have an okay time with this. Maybe get some friends, and yeah, you could spend some time with this thing. You know, the way the abilities work and other stuff like that. Like there's like kind of there's an Outriders vibe, and it has its upside, but it's weighed down by all of the stuff that, you know, we looked at an hour ago in the store and the research and the everything else. And now having the frame rate be bad while I'm streaming is sort of unfortunate on top of that, but whatever. He's giving me quests for a thing I already did. Would I play this over Warframe? Yeah, I think I would. I don't really like the mission designs in Warframe. Like I guess, like, to be clear, I don't think this is a better game than Warframe. But I think me personally, as someone who has played a handful of dozens of hours of Warframe over the years, every time I load up Warframe, I feel lost. And if this game is successful and it keeps going, eventually that will happen here too, right? You know, eventually after 10 years of bolting shit onto this ridiculous framework, this game will become fucking nonsense as well, because all of these games are. All the cosmetics and armor, full sets and outfits. Is there fashion here? It not in the way you want. Like, this is so that I have this head equipped. I don't know where I got this head. If it was part of a PlayStation Plus package or something. There's like been a handful of different ways to get some free shit. I think this head might have come with that. I don't know. But like, you have some options for, you know, some things you can slap on them. But I don't like, none of it is like great from a straight up fashion perspective. I think like it's all just like kitschy. It's the kitschy bullshit that a free to play game has cosmetically, you know? And then the rest of it is like, oh, if you want to get a full fucking skin, then yeah, you can, you know, you can go get your schoolgirl outfit or your fucking maid outfit. Or whatever, right? And I guess I can apply paint to this. I'm not going to. Where's the stock head? Oh, I guess I just unequip to get stock head. I don't know, man. Okay, but we did reach the next level of mastery, so we get to see the hands do hand things. We get to see a little hand action. This is just conceptually ridiculous. Like, I'm out in the world fighting all these fights, and I've become more powerful, and now I need to come back and allow the hands to make me more powerful. And what does more power mean in this world? What does ranking up your mastery get you? More inventory slots. Allow the hands to massage me so that I might be able to hold more items and equip more goods. But watch this animation. It's nonsense, and I love it. This is nonsense. Look at this fucking thing. And think about it from a lore perspective. What the? Yeah, now I can put an entire 40 bottle in my side pockets because of the power of the hands. And I thank them.
Are you? Want to feel a chill?
Okay. I don't know, man. Acquire Freyna's equipment materials. So to craft this next lady, what does it want me to do? Let's go look. Oh, I got some more awards. That means I have more titles. Budding. Empress. Okay. Abominate. All right. Well, I want to stay a knucklehead. So we're not going to do any of that. We did get some... Oh, okay. Well, good. It's only one gun. So it's easy to throw away. No, I guess it's still the same process. I guess I still have to mark it as junk and then dismantle it. There's no... Okay. What's it gonna take to get me into one of these poison ladies? Okay, so these come from missions. Okay, so that's... Okay, so that's good. That means we won't have to fucking get hundreds of things. This is just on the main mission path. You will... Like, if I finish this mission, I will get this item, and so on and so forth, and at the end of that process, I will be able to make that lady. I'll be able to build that lady. And who wouldn't want to build the lady? I need bullets. Where's the bullet robot? Here it is.
Guide, just as you said, the Vulgus have realized there is an Ironheart here. A Vulgus battleship has been spotted heading to our current location.
But see how like it feels like the majority... It feels like they tried to build an entire game out of Destiny patrols. Yeah, so we're not getting that stuttering anymore, but this frame rate is not awesome. I assume that's because I'm streaming. And just extra taxing on the... A little extra taxing on the GPU or something. But it's not, like, super... Like, I will say, it is not... Like, the frame rate will fluctuate a little bit. Stop pretending you fucking know where I'm standing. Lines of dialogue like movement on my right flank. Bullshit. You don't know which way I'm even fucking facing. Why is this guy all the way over there? It's just taking a long time for these guys to shamble over here. The gun noises is probably that character over the... Well, that character left. But there was another character in the zone doing a mission somewhere. So that was probably them shooting.
Loading.
Where is it? I'm not really sure what I'm... Normally, it's like pretty straightforward, like, hey, go here, shoot the guys. But I'm not seeing like an indicator of like, here's where you should, you know, here's where the next batch of enemies is or whatever. There, okay. So if it marked that guy, that probably means he's the last guy of the... There, okay. I can click the right stick in and it says like that'll mark, but this doesn't do shit in my experience. I don't know what it's supposed to highlight, but...
Enemy reinforcements spotted. There's too many blind spots. Get to the top of structures and engage them from there.
But you know, the thing I'll say about this game, again, it's pretty faint praise, but sometimes you just need some fucking mindless bullshit. Just the fucking dumbest, like, you know, the story is fucking whatever. It is nonsense, like, just fake sci-fi words tumbling out of fucking some anime lady's fucking mouth, and you're just like, whatever, dude. I'm gonna fucking shoot these assholes, and then at the end of that, they're gonna give me something useless. And then I'm gonna do it again. And I think that you could do a lot better on that front too. So that's not me saying like this is the game to play, but because I think there are better mindless video games out there. On top of all that. And this mission seems broken. Yeah, this guy's just standing here, stuck behind a fucking wall.
Inbound. Watch out.
Descendant, they aim to prevent you from reaching the entrance. Exercise caution when engaging them in combat.
Yeah, I'll do that. Here I am exercising some caution.
All enemy forces have been eliminated. Excellent job.
Data processing neural circuit times 4. Sick. It's kind of the problem, you know, like the itemization and all that other stuff is not mindless enough. Because there are just moments where you're just like, it's very easy to get confused about like, wait, what? Like I'm trying to get this specific item to drop and what the fuck is happening? What am I doing? Like the number of times I've been playing this game, and this is probably, this stream will probably make it about, let's say 8 or 10 hours that I've been playing this game. The number of times I've had to stop and go, wait, what the fuck is happening? Is too many.
Shield is down. I'm loading.
Eliminate the enemies defending the camp. Okay. Well, now walk over here and shoot these guys. I'm on it.
Second fuse reaction confirmed. All right, let's keep it rolling.
Oh, cool. The second fuse reaction. We will keep it rolling. Thank you. I will pick up this bomb, and then I will walk it over to this, and then I will hit this button.
How has it spread this far? I'm guessing the infection rate at the entrance has increased. Bacteria reproduces at an incredibly fast rate, and it's extremely viscous. So it's almost impossible to get rid of.
Gotta shoot the balls off this guy before you can hurt him again.
The target has been eliminated, but we need to look for another entrance. We won't be able to use that one anymore.
All right, whatever you say, lady. Like, what? You know, when I hit the button, it joins someone else's mission in process, or in progress. So I have extra no idea what, like, from a story perspective or whatever, what the fuck that mission just was. Whoops, I just accidentally joined somebody else's mission. Oh, it's the same mission. I mean, I can just do it again. And think of all the bonus benefits I'll get for doing so.
Unit with a fuse identified. Take it out.
Oh shit, young Chapo is here. Got a full crew. So like you'll get on these moments where, like, you know, you're with other characters who are kind of doing the same loop that you are, and it's interesting because at the end of every mission it breaks the party up. And I imagine if you go and deliberately build a party, it probably sticks together. But you kind of, these ad hoc parties that form, I think they're pretty smart about the way they do it, considering how the game is built, where it breaks up the party. But then you're all running the same path, the same location, and so you're all kind of doing the same missions together.
How has it spread this far?
And so it's very easy to just kind of rejoin that party almost by accident, like I just did.
Bacteria reproduces at an incredibly fast rate, and it's extremely viscous.
It's hella viscous.
Impossible to get rid of.
See, with 4 characters, really fuck that guy up.
Target has been eliminated, but we need to look for another entrance. We won't be able to use that one anymore.
I got some fancy gun out of that, I think. The grappling hook works on charges. You can see it refilling down there at the bottom. I think that's a thing you can eventually upgrade somehow. It does have a hard difficulty. So the game's like not difficult. It has a hard difficulty, but it doesn't, you can't choose that until you beat it on normal.
I need you to defend the equipment that is installed. I've identified a biosignal at the back of the facility that seems to be expanding in real time. It could be a pathogen spread by the Order.
Yeah, it could be a
Neutralizing
pathogen.
pathogens
That's a good.
becomes a lot easier if we know what we're dealing with. Protect the equipment until we can analyze it.
I've got to defend the Albion repeater. Oh, hey, that's what these little guys are. Is this the horse chair? Just folded up, or is this something different? Whatever. Stay away from my Albion repeater, you fuckos. I need to turn my controller sensitivity up. The turn speed is garbage.
I'm loading.
Hey, dickhead. Get off my Albion repeater. I thought we talked about this. Uh-oh. Okay.
The figures are rising. Hang in there just a little
30 seconds.
Well, you definitely know all the tunnels are connected underground, aren't they? At this rate, Descendant, it'll be difficult for the equipment to pick up any useful data.
I'm loading.
Look at this elite abomination. Now that abomination is elite.
Operation complete. Okay, don't forget to share the data. This is Glay to HQ in Freyna. The enemy has made the entrance discovered at the ruins currently inaccessible. Freyna, what's the situation on your side?
It's
bad.
not accessible, but I'm worried about how the Order's toxins might affect you.
Looking at Freyna's route, I can detect large, quick pulses occurring at the place marked as the entrance.
That means there's a high
That
chance
means
this entrance
run
is
to this
connected
icon
the
and then
Ancestors'
push the
ruins.
button.
Let's regroup and go together.
It's you see the word slop has been going around a lot lately, and I think that's maybe an unfair term to use because, like, if anything, like, the other kind of sad part about a lot of this is like, damn, dude, I bet a lot of people worked really hard making this very mediocre thing. You know? Is this better or worse than Outriders? I think the free-to-play nature of this and the grinding involved to, like, get stuff probably makes it worse. I think it probably makes it worse. Than Outriders. But I think they, in my head, like, you wouldn't necessarily think to compare them because, Outriders was very deliberately not a live service game. In fact, you could have made the argument that maybe it should have been. Though that would not have panned out for them. But I played quite a lot of Outriders. More Outriders than one should. Yeah. And I messed with the DLC a little, like the add-on thing they did a little bit, and I was like, all right. I hit my limit.
I was wondering who it was. It was you?
Yeah.
You're here. It's a good thing I took this side. Neither you nor Glay would have lasted.
Weird. Like, I feel like the earlier parts of the game, and I don't know if that's something they patched or if just these missions they fucking like lip synced in English. But like so much of the other parts of the game, the lip sync is clearly not the same fucking language, or it's just terrible. I don't know.
Traumatic episode.
We don't have any sedatives. So if you start having seizures, we'll have to send you back to Albion.
Could we get some sedatives?
All right, I get it.
Can I craft some?
I'll calm down. You'll get your panties in a bunch. It's
How
not enough
much
for me to
fucking laser fluid do I need to
Hey, Kate?
make some perk
Can you hear me?
30s? What do we...
Huh? Freyna? Yes, I hear you. What's happening? Anything I can help you with?
I overheard your comms with Glay. You're doing something with the fungus, right?
Oh yeah, we're doing
If we
something with the
collect enough
fungus.
fungi, will you be able to make an antidote or antibody that gives us...
You gonna make an
immunity?
antidote?
Of course. Although
I already
it may
turned
take
this
some
up
time,
a little
it's
bit,
not
but
impossible.
it needs more.
Great idea. Kate, if you have any questions during production, get in touch right away. And remember to be methodical. You make mistakes when you're rushing.
Wait, that was over 5 years ago.
Haha, I'm not the same person. I just want to make the antidote.
Our objective is to secure as much fungi as possible. Let's hurry.
Oh, I can enhance
If we have an
reactors now.
antidote or antibodies that give us immunity, the mission will become much easier.
We recommend enhancing the reactor that matches the optimization condition. Fucking what? Okay, optimization condition. So these things are actually kind of annoying. So if you, all of these things have, almost all of these, at least I guess the rare and above, will have these. If you have the right kind of gun equipped, you will get a 40% bonus to your skill power. And so you'll get things that are technically higher level than what you have, but because it requires a different weapon type than what you currently have, it is theoretically worse. And so when you're comparing items, it gets hard to go like, well, should I just equip a tactical rifle? Or should I just stick with what I have? And so because all this shit just drops all the time and who cares? I have not been caring about that. I'm sure that's like an end game thing of like, well, if you want to play, look, if you want to play The Last Descendant optimally, you really need to be thinking about your build. And I guess that's the thing. I saw, so when I was looking through people that were streaming this game the other day, there was someone who was like, I'm playing a DPS build. And I'm like, what? Like, just all this shit. Like, this game does not feel like it has build variety. As you gain levels, your abilities get more powerful. It seems that I have level 4 in all of my abilities down there, which I think maybe is the max. I don't know. Level 40 is the cap. I'm level 29. But maybe like late game loot is a little more like, oh, well, do you want to focus on fucking HP or shield? And I'm like, I don't know. Which one makes me more survivable? Which one is better? You tell me, asshole. You're the video game. Which one has the fucking numbers that go up higher? Let's not be dumb about it. Let's just be honest with ourselves. Okay, this one raises. This one is better in most ways. So let's equip that. And then designate the rest as bullshit and make them go away. Like, you know, there's when it's like, hey, this one has higher defense, and you're like, okay, that's cool, but it doesn't have a max shield bonus also, and does not increase the drop rate by a whopping 0.044. Like, oh, my equipment drop rate is up a little bit. That's such a free-to-play game number of like, oh, we're going to increase the drop rate here. Yeah. Like what is it, like 10% higher? No, 0.044. Like, good. Good. Well, I'm sure that will all add up over the hundreds of hours of this. I'm sure I'll play. What do we got? We got this assault rifle. It's technically a higher number than this hand cannon, but it uses the same ammo as the submachine gun, so that might not be... Let's go with this rare tactical rifle. Maybe. Young Noble's ambition. Oh, that's even higher, so... Let's try that. What does that look like? What is a tactical rifle? What do they mean by tactical rifle in this game? Does that mean... Okay, that's 3-round burst. Good. But we'll go with that. Now let's equip some of this shit on it. What does it do? I'm not going to bother to look. I'm sure it's fine. And then we'll take these other worse tactical rifles and tell them to get fucked. Well, actually... I mean, this gun, with its weird overcharge ability, I'm sure is valuable to a certain degree. But this does more. This number is higher. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do at all. You fucking motherfucker. All right. Nope, we want this equipped. Then we want to go back to this slot, and we want this equipped there. We want to take our fancy gun and pull the left trigger on it so it gets a fancy heart next to it so we don't actually accidentally fucking turn it into dust. And then the rest of this, we're gonna go bop, 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 bop. And then go like this. And there. No, I need to see the fucking map. Okay, there's one right here. I was like, which one is close? Because I can't, you know, you should be able to look at it and get a number under it. Like, how far away is this? I should be able to look at this and that should happen. When we talk about quality of life. Captured base.
In order to quickly produce immunity antibodies, we need data on the antidote mechanism stored in Albion.
I love data. I'm here for
After
data.
comparing the data we have with Albion's
I'm here to
existing
stand
data,
here next to
we
this
can
fucking
either
thing
imitate it or
for 2
create
minutes
something
and make
similar.
sure it doesn't get blown up.
But since we need the data to be transferred safely, we need you to protect it.
Just what I've been waiting for.
Why is that guy a psychic, and also why can't I kill him? Well, okay, that did the trick. We figured out that puzzle. It's like a combat puzzle, man. You got grenades, you know, the Master Chief, look. Well, okay, I need to fucking kill you. So let's, I guess, just use that, I guess. That should do it. Better.
Some bastard's been tapping our communications. If the repeater is destroyed, things are going to get very difficult for us.
Descendant,
If it gets destroyed, you're gonna have to do this mission again, and as you know, no one wants that. So, yeah.
Descendant, if the repeater is destroyed, we
Stop
won't
talking.
be able to send the data. Focus on protecting it, correct?
Focus on shutting the fuck up. I've got an elite abomination over here to deal with.
transfer has been completed. All we need to do now is wait.
Which one of these is closer? Left one. Abandoned village.
In order to create immunity antibodies or an antidote, we need to understand the type, structure, and reactive mechanism of the toxin. We'll need tissue samples from the Vulcans. Let's go collect some.
Those guys just running up against the wall here. I feel like the enemies were not getting caught on objects in previous sessions, which makes me wonder if just the later parts of this game are more broken. You know? Straight up buffoons. I don't think those guys were part of the mission, so I don't think they're going to drop the stuff I need. Cool.
This should be enough.
I wish it was a little bit easier to get a little bit of lift off of your grappling hook. Like, just overall. It was just easier to transport the acquired resources on a supply ship. Okay, good. Someone has already done a bunch of this one, so...
Attempting access. I will disable their security protocols.
But yeah, I don't know. Like, it's
It's been smooth sailing up until now. Keep your guard up.
if this game had come out and just was like, hey man, you can just buy it, I don't like. I think at best you would say, oh, it's like an Outriders, and you know, it would be like if it was, you would want it to be on Game Pass or something, so that you didn't have to pay $70 for it or whatever. But again, I don't think any of that necessarily would make the game better. I don't, you know, like the free-to-play nature of this and specifically the way that they do it, I think is really funky. or like
That should be
shitty,
good
I
enough.
should say.
Great work.
Let's not beat around the bush here. It sucks. I think the way that they want you to, like, the allowances they give you to craft characters and guns, the amount of grinding and bullshit that takes is just fucking too much.
So we're the guinea pigs. This will be an excellent opportunity, Kate. You'll be able to collect data on the side effects.
And so
of
it
the
creates a
antibody
situation
on the
where
Descendant.
naturally, of course, you are expected, like, you know, the
Hello, Descendant.
thought is, oh, you should just buy all this shit. But then you're like, all this shit is super expensive and like not, and also like not, you don't really get any good indicators about if a character is good or not. And different characters cost different amounts of money,
You sound just like
which the
Jane.
implication
Adorable.
would be, oh, well, these ones are more powerful than the others, maybe? I don't, and the answer is, I don't
Work
fucking
on my
know.
arcane neutralizer.
Because there's
I'm
no
sure
way
it'll
to
be
tell
effective against the
unless
toxin again.
you go read some shit, as it, you know, because I'm sure someone will fucking write guides about this because
That neutralizer was
the
made
world
from the
is a
Order's
fucking
toxin.
bad place.
Do you know how dangerous that was? Do I have to lose you?
Do I have to lose you too?
Glay, I'm also part of Albion headquarters. I'm one of many people working for Albion.
I would
and
wear
all of
glasses like that.
humanity. The Descendants shouldn't be the only ones ready to sacrifice themselves. I'm ready to do my part. Let's help each other.
Lighten up, Glay. Thanks to Kate's efforts, we can continue with the operation.
I thought I was going to be getting items to build the poison lady as a part of this, but
After all, it will give you immunity.
I haven't found any yet. Maybe they're later in this zone. And then at the end of, maybe at the end of this zone, I'll be able to make this lady. Is she taller than me, or is she just standing on higher stuff?
Really. Now that everybody has the antibody, let's go get that iron heart. We can't let the Vulgus take this one too.
If everyone is ready, I will lead the way. Let
Oh,
us
so
find
here, this is the,
Ironheart.
like, end of zone. This one says it'll take 20 minutes. Oh, the parts have a drop rate? Shit. Previously, the parts have all been 100% drop when it comes to the first gun you craft and making the second character you get. I guess it's fitting that they're like easing you into the idea of like, by the way, this game is bullshit. You know that, right? Like, oh, wait, what?
Guide, can you sense the waves emitted from the iron heart?
I can. However,
And so these missions at the end of the zone have all been like this. Run through a cave, and then at the end there's a boss fight. And all the boss fights are like, hey, this guy has 3 stages to his life bar, and at the end of every stage he becomes invincible for a while, and then some of those shield balls appear above his
Not
head.
only did they spread their
So you gotta
toxins
kill
everywhere,
those before you can do
this
damage to him
well.
again.
They
And
most
then
likely intended to
eventually
use
you'll
it
have to beat more
transport
shield
the iron
balls.
heart they found.
Oops.
I'm loading.
The first of these missions is where I fought Greg.
Analyzing layout of the ruins. RK covers 40% of the entire area.
The first boss in this game, his name is Greg.
The RK corresponds to a single pattern, unlike the patterns of Descendant. According to the layout analysis results, the location of these readings is identical to that used for tombs and altars.
It's a good thing someone put this bullet robot here. Was that a level 28 gangster that I just got? Now that's gangster.
While compile all of the data we have gathered, there is a high probability that this is the tomb of one of the ancestors who died during the Civil War. The fact that they were laid to rest in such a peak location Either they were an ancestor of a high fate, or the
That was just a
alien
regular
force
abomination. It was not an elite abomination.
I've identified the Vulca's communications frequency being transmitted nearby. It will likely contain information we need. We should investigate. The Ironheart isn't here. The Vulcans came to excavate the remains of the ancestor. They plan to use this to open the ancestor's vault.
I don't understand. The remains of an ancestor, a vault? What do you mean? If the vault contains an Ironheart, it may have been placed there intentionally to prevent someone from claiming it. The reason the Vulcans have extracted DNA from the remains is likely because the vault can only be accessed through a bioscan. If that's the case, then the occupant of this tomb is the same individual who locked the vault.
Resurrection limit.
Correct. They must
I think that's their way of
use
saying-
the DNA to allow them to bypass the biometric authentication
Oh.
and claim the Ironheart.
What a dumb thing. Like, the door closes as soon as the first character walks through, so everyone else has to fucking wait to teleport. As soon as they, like, activated the computer or whatever. It's just like... It didn't need to be... Oh.
This device interferes with the sieve links. I'll restore the disrupted communications.
I feel like the game has not really done a good job of telling me what an sieve is.
Sender.
It's like receive without the R. Is it an electronic sieve? I don't...
Have
I
they
don't know.
found a way to open the vault already? Damn it. We need to get to that vault. Wait. We should secure the ancestors' remains and the data just in case. If the vault can only be accessed through the biometric authentication of specific DNA, then we'll need that DNA as well.
I've disabled the Vulca's data repository for now.
Uh-oh. Oh.
I have also collected the data formatted sample of the remains.
Well, that's a relief.
I've run into some occasional, like, some very rare network type stuff last night where, you know, like I was banding and warping around. Like, basically, it's like the game dropped connection for like 8 or 9 seconds. And then recovered and was fine. I was like, oh, like no one died. It wasn't like everything snapped back in and everyone was dead. It was just like, oh, okay. Like, that's cool. It's cool that it recovered from that as cleanly as it did. Narcissus, the consuming flame. Oh, also it happened during one of these boss fights. So that was like extra, like, oh, I don't want to do this again. If it breaks, then maybe I just uninstall this game. But it recovered much better than you might think. So here's the thing, now he's immune, and he'll just do that, and then some more shit will spawn, and then this is, instead of this guy having shield balls, he's got enemy ball his enemies are the shield. Use some of the shotgun. I'm sure I'm getting flung around a lot. Not always having time for my shields to recharge, but...
This is Alpha. Arms have been stabilized.
Alright, well, that guy's dead.
All units return to Albion to prepare for the next operation.
That guy's dead. Some stuff dropped, and now we warp back to the main base because that's the end of that area. yeah, I don't know. Like I like the visual style of it, generally speaking. And I'm really torn on it, I guess I would say. Everything about this game, for like philosophically and the way it is structured and built, and the monetization and all that stuff is just straight up bad. Like, that is stuff I look at and go, I don't want to do this. I just don't want to fucking do this. But ultimately, like, there is stuff about this game that, like, you know, and, you know, this weird frame rate thing notwithstanding, there's stuff about this game that is, like, that is all right. And I'm in a mood right now that, like, I could go for, again, that kind of, like, mindless shooter thing. I could kind of go for one of those. You don't have a reactor. You cannot use the value. Okay, all right. Reactor enhancement. I do. I was happy with it. Well, all right. Yes, so I'm guessing you can feed reactors to other reactors to. It's all right. There's no part of me that would feel okay about recommending it because of the things the hoops they want you to jump through on the money end or on the grinding end. And it just doesn't feel like the juice is worth the squeeze, if you will. So here's a case of, like, this is theoretically a better reactor than the one I have equipped, but all my skill damage goes down because I don't have a machine gun equipped. But here is one where I have an assault rifle equipped, and so all my shit goes up. And so that's the one for me. See, if I had a beam rifle, that would be really good. Okay, this one's even better. So, well, let's equip that one. And then turn all of these into garbage. But, like, that's my thing. Is, like, you know, will I end up playing more of this game? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe. But would I recommend you've got to get out there and you've got to download the First Descendant? Like, absolutely not, dude. Absolutely not. Is max shield 15 plus some fire resistance that is lower than this. This is a level 27 item compared to a level 22 item, but like this doesn't seem better than that. .019 HP recovery modifier. MP recovery in combat up 0.1, or do I want 3 more on my shield? Dude, I don't know. Is 57 HP better than 29 max shield? Dude, I don't know. Is 206 defense better than having the 55? But also I'll lose my 18% skill crit rate from the set bonus? Is that better? Who can say? That's why I liked it when, you know, when games like Diablo just said, like, look, dog, here's a fucking fat number that we're trying to sum up. all the stats of this thing. And so if you don't want to fucking dick around with it, here's the fat number at the top, and you can just compare that to the fat number on the other one and go, and not have to sit there and go like, well, is this shield better than HP? And this is, you know, and I'm sure there's a math equation there that, like, if you knew the answer to it, you would know the answer to it. But I don't know that. And I'm not going to do that. I don't want to think that hard about this thing. This thing is not worth thinking hard about at all. We got a bunch of guns. All right, this pistol is better. The Blue Blood Bomber. Oh, here's our level 28 gangster. You know I gotta get that level 28 gangster. You can pull out when shit gets real nuts. Okay, assault rifle 6.775. We don't want to. I don't like the way the beam rifles perform. I will take the hand cannon over the tactical rifle. I could also feed guns to other guns. We will take this assault rifle over the other assault rifle because it is better. And then these are all beam rifles and bullshit, right? That's all okay. So I could go raise this to level 28. I have a level 28 gun here, and I think I have whatever the item is that you need to do this. I don't think I need to go wait 10 minutes to craft a fucking another one of them. But I'm just going to level up again, so why bother? The numbers will just continue to go up. And then what's over here? What do we have? Okay. An analyzer containing a code that can crack encryptions. It can only be used on encrypted vaults in normal difficulty fields. What? I don't think I've seen an encrypted vault before. Let's go fight the big lady again and decrypt another one of my weird crystals. Actually, let's go take the next set of missions or whatever first. Go back and talk to this guy. Man, this frame rate here in town is really the shits, huh?
Question about the operation. We've confirmed the transmitted data. There's a vault where the ancestors kept the iron.
It has not been running like this normally.
We can use this to our advantage. The Vulgus will need time to crack open the vault.
Uh-huh.
Enzo, send the sample of the ancestors' remains received from the guide to Anais and tell her to hurry. We need to analyze the DNA and activate the biometric authentication before the Vulgus do. And to do that, we need to increase our combat forces in the field. I'll send any off-duty descendants. Rendezvous with them at the outpost and proceed with the operation.
Jeez, why am I being called in? I thought I'd be getting some R&R. Making you work with crazies thinking they see a ghost. Nah, I've got other things to do.
Jeremy, there's an Iron Heart in this zone. Have you forgotten that finding the Iron Heart is the #1 priority for all descendants? Also,
I need to be level
you've been assigned to a
34
mission.
before I can fight
You
the next
conduct
one.
yourself properly. Continue to be uncooperative, and I will report you to your superiors.
An Ironheart? Oh, man.
Yeah, Jeremy. Fucking Jeremy. I think these look interesting, you know, like again, from like a, like, look at this big lady in this weird cyber space zone. It's cool. You can creeble on them. It's cool that you can creeble on them. So, like, you know, again, like when I was talking about, like, the double-edged sword kind of nature of it, it is that feeling of, like, no matter what, it makes me sad. Because you're like, man, I wish this game was better and didn't have so much of this fucking dark business surrounding it. Ah, scary eyes. All right, which weird block of junk do we want to turn into something useless this time? We could get Lepic Enhanced Cells Blueprint. Or we could get Energy Activator Blueprint. Oh my god. Let's see what we get. Oh, so we can make the doctor. It's a piece that'll maybe let us make the doctor lady. We can make the doctor lady. If I grind for another 3 days. I would be kind of curious about that. Just like a raw hour count. Like if I just stopped right now, if I just looked, if we go to, because it'll tell you, it's actually kind of slick that it will tell you, because I feel like a lot of games don't do this. But if you go to this access info thing, I can just go like, hey, I want to get this lady. And what do I need to do to get it? And here it is. Like, we don't have any of this shit. Where do I get Flectorite? Resource boxes and munitions cases in White Knight Gulch. So I would have to fucking go to this zone and fucking run around and open boxes for God knows how long to get 292 of these fucking things. And I still need the Glaze Stabilizer Blueprint, which maybe comes out of this intercept battle that we don't have unlocked yet. Or Abyssal Void Fusion Reactor Echo Swamp Derelict Covert. Or this one that I've already done. Apparently. Or I can do. Void Fusion Reactor Vesper's Ruins. But to do Void Fusion Reactors, you need to have the right elemental. It's much like the game Skylanders. You'll have doors. You basically have things that can only be opened by the right Skylander. And so we need to get the right lady and put her on the Skylanders portal so that she can shoot electricity at the thing. Or whatever else. So look at how much I would have to fucking do. And I just wonder how many hours would it take not only to unlock the ability, because some of this stuff is in parts of the game that I don't have access to yet. Like White Knight Gulch. And so, you know, how long does it take me to get 363? Like if I dropped everything else right now and said, I am focusing all of my attention on unlocking Glasses Lady. A dealer who becomes stronger the more she damages herself. Man, just like me. How long would it take to get 99 synthesized artificial biometals? I would have to be able to go to the desert, and I can't go to the desert yet. So there's a lot of like regular game you would have to play first. Meanwhile, I got 2 of these fucking things. Where do I go to get Valby Enhanced Cells Blueprint? Nowhere I can go yet. And then, yes, if you want the like $100 versions of the characters, who knows how fucking much you have to do that. This item is not obtained through research, so this item would have to drop. And I'm sure the drop percentage on this is super high. Or we could spend the $100 and just buy her. We could buy this for $100. You want to do that? Should we do that? Should we do that? We should do that, right? We should. Yeah, you want to buy that? Yeah. A $100 version of the same character I'm already playing? With no indication at all if it's any better from a gameplay perspective or any different at all? Should probably do that, right? Should probably just spend the money and unlock it, and then I won't need to go get 538 compound coating materials. Right? I won't need to go to Echo Swamp and open resource boxes. I'm winning, you know, in this scenario, right? I mean, yeah, no, and MC on the Discord is right. It's not, he doesn't think it's terrible for it to take a very long time to get something as huge as a new playable character for free. Yes, I suppose. I think it's just that there's so many convoluted, like the procedure for it isn't go and do this cool thing. It isn't go and do like this other thing. It is, well, this item comes from boxes. So go to this zone and open boxes over and over again until you get enough for it. If it was like a reward, like for like you did a skillful fucking cool hard thing, and if you don't want to do that skillful cool hard thing, you can buy your way around it, I think that would feel a little more okay. Let's go talk. This guy's a miserable prick. He sucks. He's a dickhead.
I only picked up bits and pieces earlier. I didn't realize it was such an emergency. An Ironheart, right in front of us. The place will be crawling with Corell's minions, but don't worry. I can take this opportunity to show you what an awesome descendant I am. I'm curious what Guide's reaction will be after I carry this entire operation.
He's one of the 2 people that can't talk to the lady that's in everyone else's head.
Alrighty, shall we get this show started? I'll use my incredible teleportation skills to scout all of the underground spaces.
If the Vulgus are on the verge of opening the vault, then they'll likely report to their superior, Corell.
In which case, we'll need a way to tap into their comms. Guide, check and see if there are any ally devices nearby we can use to wiretap.
There is one ally communications repeater.
Is there a RAID equivalent? Not, I mean, not that I've seen.
That should work. We should spread out and continue with the mission.
Like there's so there's the wave-based survival thing, and there's a few other things like that that eventually get unlocked. I'm gonna run and do this thing first. out of curiosity. Since I'm here. This is the enemies spawn and you kill their machines, and there's like one of these in every zone. But it's weird because there's a situation where it says, you'll see it says at the top, like, you've been detected or whatever. See, it says discovered by the enemy. You're like, wait, is there like a way to do this stealthily? Because it seems like there are additional rewards that you can earn for doing it without being detected. And I don't understand how that could ever be a thing. Okay, we're getting kind of lit up here. Alright, we died. Good, I guess, right? Oh, but we respawned. It's just gonna... Is there a failure? Oh, there is a... Okay, there is a failure limit on this mission. I wasn't sure. What does this game have over Anthem? Is like Anthem's big problem is that it is quite aimless. This at least is directing you to things, which Anthem technically does, but it does it way worse in that on that specific front. This is my last chance. I can't die again. But there's supposed to be a guy that appears now that we've taken out the 3 machines. And if I can just kill this thing, everything else should despawn. But I don't know if I'll be able to do it. I'll try and stay nimble here. Oh, he's got balls. He's got balls, and I only have 30 seconds to finish, so I don't think it's going to happen. Okay. Fuck you guys. I'm leaving. Yay. Always the best when you can join a mission at the very end.
Get up. Next time, I'll save you.
Kind of curious which direction these guys go off in if they have other missions to do in this area, because it would be handy to stick together. Oh well. These are the things when I was talking about Skylanders. This is what I was talking about here. These things here. Destructible only by skill, non-attribute. Non-attribute. I wonder if that means any attribute. I wonder if this one's not. No. Okay, so you have to have some specific elemental thing to start this mission. And it's not ice. But I only have 2 characters, so I only have electricity and ice. So, like, there are some of those that I simply cannot open at all. Currently. And so that begs the question, if you want to grind characters, do you also have to unlock certain elemental characters in the right order in order to get what you need to open the right portals to... I just want to lay down.
A unit with a fuse has appeared.
Oh, did I maybe do this out of order? Is there one of those nearby there that maybe didn't require me to? You know how in Destiny some of those guys have shields, and if you shoot the right spot on the shield, they drop the shield. That's you know.
Another unit has appeared. Grab that fuse.
Now we just need to do that one more time. And it'll be done.
This is the last one. Take its fuse and disable the generator.
Whoa, frame rate getting real bad there.
Enemy reinforcements have arrived. Stay focused.
By stay focused, do you mean stand up here and shoot these guys in the head over and over again? Because I know I can do that. Uh-oh.
The enemy comms devices should be shutting down shortly. Excellent job.
I feel like I should be putting in work to acquire Freyna stabilizer instead of this stuff. To unlock the poison lady. Or at least look and see if I can do it.
Crawl between my legs.
Did that guy say crawl between my legs? Weird, but okay.
Descendant.
There's something also really kind of low rent about you running up to these things and it's saying like, time it'll take 2 minutes or less. Like, oh,
The current output isn't
these missions
strong
are
enough to
so
penetrate
nothing,
the
dude.
specified communications grid. If we were to overload it, we would be able to increase its accuracy. But the Vulgus will be able to track our location.
I know that will make it challenging for you, Descendant, but you'll need to tough it out. You don't have a choice. Guys, increase the output.
accuracy has increased by 40%. All communications content is being stored.
I do like when games that have sniper rifles are like, you know, what if also you just used a pistol? To do that.
Surveillance accuracy at 85%.
This is running like shit, dude. This is weird. It hasn't been running bad. That guy stuck a weird ball to me. Oh no, Elite Storm Warrior is here.
Thanks for sharing the surveillance info. Fortunately, Alpha's just called us in to explain the overload. He is furious. Well, maybe just upset that the equipment is being pushed to its limits. I'll try to mollify him.
Please try to mollify
Let's
him.
meet at the Timberfall outpost. I have some information I wish to discuss.
Now we can go here, and there's another 3 missions to do. Plus a few other side things. Why play this over Warframe? Because there are things about the way Warframe controls that I kind of just don't like all that much on a controller. All the weird flippy ninja stuff is really neat and also kind of funky. And I wish that stuff was a little better. Every time I play Warframe, every time I reinstall Warframe, I go like, oh, this is awesome. But there's still stuff about the way it controls.
First of all, this is only a theme. The most... Descendant. It seems that Gley has elected herself to be our guide this time. But I agree. Because of Gley's quick judgment and knowledge, I was able to decrease my margin of error.
I'm honored to hear that. Coming from a highly advanced AI created by the ancestors.
Oh.
I must go into overclock mode in order to do everything
Stop
I can
talking.
to help you gain the Iron Heart.
Stop talking. Yeah, I don't know. Like, nothing against Warframe. The other thing I would say is that Warframe has a decade plus of shit built onto it in such a way that every time, like, it feels like it is impossible for me to ever comprehend what I should do next in Warframe. Every time I load it up, I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. It's not necessarily guiding me to, like, I don't feel like I don't know where I'm going. Like, every time it's like talking to me about a ship, and now there's radio stations, now there's this, and it's just like, I don't know which faction should I pledge to and why, and like there's just a lot of shit. And if this game makes it as long as Warframe does, if this game manages to last that long, I have zero doubt that this game will also have layers and layers of shit. And that shit is, if you've been playing Warframe that entire time, then you don't have that experience, because for you, it's like, oh, there's a new feature here. That's great because I've already mastered all these other features. As someone who reinstalls Warframe every 18 to 24 months, I reinstall it and go like, what the fuck is any of this? And find it impossible to get back in. Any live service game is going to do that. Star Trek Online does that. Destiny does that. If they don't, none of these games are really good at onboarding returning players. And Destiny is really bad at it too, where it's like, man, when I load up my quest log in Destiny, it's got like quests from the last 6 expansions all right there. And I'm like, I'm not even sure which one I'm supposed to be doing here. Which one of these is part of the new thing? Okay, hang on. Wait, what? Like, I have had the experience of a new Destiny thing comes out and I go like, I'm going to play some Destiny too. And I accidentally spend most of my time doing shit from like a year ago that I never got around to. And not even seeing any of the new shit. And it's silly. So I look at that as I always looked at that as a missed opportunity for games like that. And I remember talking to someone who had been representing Destiny for a while from like a PR perspective. And like expressing this and being like, maybe it's just not, maybe there aren't enough players in my specific bucket that's ever worth chasing. And he was like, no, dude, I tell them all the time. And he didn't work for the company. It was like an external person. I tell them all the time that this game is like fucking insane. And they won't, like no one, and to them, because they've been living that game for so much of their lives, to them, it's very much not. And to the players that play it, same deal. To them, it's not a big deal at all. But for players, the lapsed player who thought they knew what they were doing and then came back 3 systems redesigns later, they're going to come back in and mess with it for a while and go like, I'm not really sure what I'm looking at here. Like this system, like these screens look totally... That happened to me with Star Trek Online, where like things got overhauled to such a degree that like the menus I remember from my time with the game are gone, and I don't know how you beat that. I don't know how you do that. I don't know how you solve that problem without devoting a lot of resources to it. That, again, like I just have to assume because these people have access to the data and the numbers and they probably think this shit through. I have to imagine that they run the numbers on all that stuff and go, yeah, we could spend a lot of time trying to woo these players into returning, but there's not a large enough percentage of them for us to chase. So we're better off rebuilding our onboarding experience for brand new players while also catering to the players who are here and already spending money. Like it has to be, right? Like, it has to be like there's not enough players in that middle ground to chase or to be worth chasing after. Otherwise they would do it. I assume. But again, I don't really know. Vespers, normal, the shelter. Let's go run that mission over and over again until an item drops. Wait, what did... No, I already fucking forgot the name of the thing. Vespers, normal. Oh, it does not tell me which subzone it's in. Okay, good. I can hit it and it will... That's nice. Oh, this is the 10 minutes or less drone escort mission. And what's the percentage? 20% chance of getting that item. Not today, baby. Oh, it will not let me leave this screen. It's, I can't hit B to cancel. There. Okay, that was weird. Yeah. Anyway, that's this thing. I don't think that you should I don't really think that you should play this game. I think you could rather, if you've come away from this thinking I should play this game, you're right, you should. If you see this and go, yeah, then fire it up, man. The shooting aspects of it are fine. You're kind of always moving. It's super mindless, and so it's just like run to this icon and do this fucking mindless mission and shoot these things and then run over here and do this and do that. You know, like it is super bing bang boom. And if you want a game like that where there's just not, where the only downtime is you sifting through your fucking goddamn inventory. I would not recommend, I can't recommend engaging with any of the larger grind here or in the expensive, the like buying stuff. Like that, none of that seems like no part of this am I like, oh yeah, I should, really, just get in and grind it out and get all these characters for free. Like that seems like nonsense. And buying the characters doesn't seem awesome either. Yeah, Phantasy Star Online private servers are there and waiting for you. You could be feeding your mag right now. So yeah, it's it's a shame, because there's aspects of it again. Like there's stuff about the visual style, the stupid fucking hands, and all of that I look at it and go like that. There's like silly fun stuff in here, and I like the way it looks. I like the look of the big weird boss fights. I like that you can creeble on the big lady. Like there's stuff here, and that's maybe the biggest shame of it all. The biggest like bummer is you look at it and go like, yeah, man, there's stuff here. But it's also a game where like every step of the way, it's poking at you and being like, hey, what if you were to go and try to collect 400 of these things, and then so you can craft one of the 4 items you need to make a new lady? What if you add a new lady? Like, you don't want to get 400 of those things? Oh, yeah. Hey, you know what? We agree. And that's why we've offered you a side path over here where you can instead give us like $10 or $5 and, hey, just, it's just $5, $10, just buy a new lady. Just buy a new lady. And I think that's just a weird, it's just I don't want to do that. I don't want to engage with that stuff in a general sense. And I say that knowing full well, like I probably will like fuck with this for a little while longer. But in a general sense, I don't want to, like, there are other games I could be playing. If I wanted to build a character and build an account level and build, if I wanted to build a roster of things to do, like I'd probably just be doing that somewhere else. But I don't know. Like I said, you could do worse than this game, but I think even at this game's best, it is the sort of game that you would think about it. Like the best comparison I can come up with is Outriders, which obviously doesn't have any of that shit around the edges of it, and it's not a great game, but it got out of its own way. You could play Outriders and finish it, and then they were doing DLC, and then you could play the DLC, and then you could walk the fuck away from Outriders, which I did. I didn't even finish it. But I had my fill of Outriders, and I was like, cool, man, I'm done. I had an okay time with this. This was an okay time to pass that time, and that's fucking cool. Whatever, man. See you next game. And the idea of, like, coming back to this thing like 5 years later and be like, there's a new crop of ladies to unlock, and I don't need new ladies, because there will be 3 other video games that come out with ladies by the time that happens too, right? I don't know, man. It's just the stuff you just look at and go like, I wish that there was a better way. You'd like to think that there is, but you know. Play Zenless Zone Zero. I played some of that as well. And playing these 2 games back to back like that, I was just like, I can't do this with video games anymore. I don't want to do this. And I hit that a lot sooner in Zenless Zone Zero because I found the action in that to be fucking real dull. Just like, it's not terrible, but it was just this like, oh, you went and made a character action game for fucking idiots. Like, it just felt so plain and easy and mushy. Just like, ugh. And it's a shame. That one's an even bigger shame because I love the look of that game. You know, like I said, that kind of post Persona, like, look at how stylish this thing is. I think it looks fucking awesome. And then you run around and control it and you're like, dude, fuck this. I hate this game. I hate everything about the way this game feels. And so, you know, that's the last bastion, right? When these free-to-play game developers can actually start making games that legit feel fucking awesome. And that's when you're in trouble, baby. Because they got the visuals down. They can pump out pretty ladies all night long. They can give you a roster of pretty ladies to fucking roll for forever. And they're making games that look real nice now. They don't just look like phone games. They hide it. They're better at hiding it. Just like some of them are hiding where they come from, what country they were made in, all that other stuff. They're better at hiding it. And they're just going to keep getting better at hiding it. Until one of these days they're going to make a game. Because Genshin Impact is neat. But Genshin Impact doesn't play amazingly well. Compared to like other games. You go like, oh yeah, you've kind of made a facsimile of a game here. I see what you've done, but like it needs A, B, C, D, and E in terms of a combo system, in terms of this, in terms of, you know, like skill based stuff, and they haven't done that, but they will. And then what will you do? Will you have a roster of pretty ladies? Will you give them? Will you buy the $100 ultimate version of your favorite pretty lady? Because the parry windows are tighter? Anyway, I'll be back on Friday, and we will rank some 8-bit Nintendo games. Like what indie Joe Sullivan's Indie Heat, no, Rocco Siffredi's Indie Heat, I forget the name of the game. Eliminator Boat Duel, I believe, was on that list. How many times have I said lady today? Yeah, I don't know. Let's say 45. I'm gonna say 45. Anyway, I'll be back on Friday. And we'll rank some games. See you then.